So we're here with Tracy Mullholland, and for All Mankind. Can you tell us a little bit about your character and what was it about the script that drew you?
Hi, I'm Tracy, and I play one of the astronaut's wives, Gloria, Sedgewick, on the series. And I was just so excited to be a part of the show and be part of this story in any way. And the character drew me because being a wife of the astronaut, what that role is and what that means. And Gloria has some character to her, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, she's fun. So I hope people enjoy her. Yes.
Is there any specific thing that you want audiences to look out for with Gloria?
I think you need to watch the whole season, and hopefully there'll be some fun surprises in there, and hopefully you'll love all the characters, and hopefully maybe I'll make you laugh a little bit.
All right, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
You too. So we're here with Mason Thames, who plays Danny Stevens on the new show For All Mankind. What can you tell us about your character and what drew you to this role and your audition?
So my audition, the writing was great. It was so cool, and honestly, there's a lot of layers to Danny. There's a lot of things. I can't spoil anything.
Gotcha.
But it's great.
Yeah. So when you got the call, what was that like for you?
I cried immediately. It was so cool for me.
Yeah. So what has it been like working on the set? Like, have you been able to see any of the cool space sets?
I saw a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
So is there anything else you'd like to tell us about your character?
I'm not sure. I don't want to spoil anything.
Gotcha. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And you know what? With the upcoming Suicide we are here with Tait Blum for All Mankind. Can you tell us a little bit about your character?
Yeah, I play Shane Baldwin. He is the son of an astronaut, played by Joel Kinnaman, and the son of Chantel Van Santen in the show. And his dad is an astronaut, so he doesn't always get to be around him. And I think that plays into the show quite a bit. But you'll have to find out the rest because I can't say too much.
Okay. So what was it like for the audition?
Well, actually, my little brother plays the younger version of this character, 5 years apart, so I kind of had to play him.
Okay.
Yeah. And,
yeah. Experience in being the younger version of you.
Yeah. But we played the same character 5 years apart, so I thought that was pretty cool coming into the audition. Like, oh, I get to play my little brother.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. We look forward to seeing the show.
Thank you so much. No problem.
All right, young man.
What was it about the role that interested you the most?
Do you need me to step closer?
Oh, yes.
Do you want me to hold that?
Yeah.
I loved Molly. I play Molly Cobb, who's an astronaut and training to become a female astronaut, and she is a scrappy, ferocious, outspoken, unguarded, badass female. I just loved her. I love the character. Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
When you said earlier that you did not get the script, so how were you approached for the part?
I was asked to audition to play Molly, and I was given, a scene, and I read the scene, and I thought, well, this is good writing, and this is a fun role. I didn't know how big it was going to be. I didn't know anything about where it was going. I just had the scene, and I read the scene, and I got the role. So.
Have you been interested in any type of space exploration?
No, never been my thing. I mean, I've done plenty of science fiction stuff, and
I love the library.
Thank you. It's a genre I know, and yet I've never harbored a desire to go to space.
So now you're ready to do all more space movies, right?
I'm down. I'll do whatever Ron Moore writes, honestly.
Right?
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We are here with Oliva Trujillo for All Mankind. Can you tell us a little bit about your character?
You know, Aleida is finding a place in the world right now, and she's definitely taking on her fascination with space from her mother, and just regular teen struggles, and being an immigrant and all, she's definitely going through some stuff.
So the show's premise is about the space race continuing and including women astronauts. What do you think about women being astronauts and like in that time period, and what was it about the script or how the audition went that drew you to this particular role?
I think women being able to play an astronaut here is so cool, especially since then it was considered a man's job. And I think for the character, I think overall the vibe of it really drew me in. I mean, I had a 2-page script. That was all I was given at my first audition. So I think it was just the fact that, you know, take any opportunity you can. And so I auditioned, and here I am.
Yeah. So this is a really exciting red carpet. Have you ever been on a red carpet like this before?
You know, never like this. Definitely red carpets, but never one like this. This one's crazy. It's definitely.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by. We look forward to seeing you in the show.
Of course, thank you so much. It was nice to meet you.
Garrett Reisman?
That's correct.
And you are an actual NASA astronaut.
I'm an actual astronaut. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the question on every space
I got the
nerd's-
jacket for free.
Yeah. The question on every space nerd's mind: are aliens real?
Okay, so I haven't seen any of them. You know, nobody came knocking on the space station or anything. But I do believe, though, seriously, that we will find life on other planets eventually. And I think we keep getting tantalizingly close to finding it on Mars. So I think yeah, aliens will be proven to be real, hopefully in our lifetime. And I don't mean little green men with ray guns, but
obviously.
bacteria, virus, single-cell organisms.
Exactly. So getting the call to do a show like this, what was it about the premise of the show that really drew you in?
So Ron came and had lunch with me and told me this idea about maybe the Russians get there first and maybe the space race keeps going. And I think there's a lot of us that were kind of almost disappointed that the momentum we had during Apollo didn't carry through, and that we're not already on Mars and have a lunar base and have big giant space stations with Pan Am space planes flying through them and black monoliths and all that kind of stuff. So I think that this show kind of addresses that, like saying, okay, well, and I know why that didn't happen. You know, NASA's budget dropped by almost a factor of 10 after Apollo ended. So we did the best we could, and we did a lot of really incredible things, like sending probes out to all the planets and building a space station, a space shuttle. But we still don't have people living on Mars, and we still don't have a moon base. So this show kind of was an opportunity to explore, like, well, what would have that been like if that promise was really realized? And I think it was an alternate reality that was plausible, that seemed like what a great idea for a TV show. When he told it to me, I was like, man, I want to watch that show.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Well, the fact that the trailer includes saying that they need women astronauts, and the premise also says there's no female astronaut candidates. I love that they've included women in the show as far as astronauts, because in that time period, that was unheard of.
Yeah. So we're trying to correct a lot of things that could have gone better in history. Having a moon base is one of those things we wish went differently, but there are other things we wish went differently too, I think.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by and talking to us. We look forward to seeing the show.
My pleasure. Me too.
We are here with Ronald D. Moore. You have so many things under your belt: Battlestar Galactica, Helix, Outlander, and now you have For All Mankind. What was it that sparked this idea for you?
This came from a conversation I had with an executive at Apple, Zach Van Amberg, who I used to work with at Sony before he went to Apple. And many years ago, he and I had discussed just briefly the idea of doing a show set at NASA in the 70s. And once he moved to Apple, he called me up and said, I still think about that idea. What if we did it? And I got very excited, and I decided kind of early on that I wanted to do an alternate history version of the space program, so that you could do the space program that I was promised as a kid, but that we didn't get, where we're doing big things. We're having moon bases and colonies and space stations and going to Mars. And, it was a very sort of inspirational idea when I was a kid growing up, and I was always a little heartbroken that didn't happen in reality. And this was an opportunity to sort of do it and show it to people and sort of say, this is the world we could have had, and this is the world that we still can have.
Yeah, and it's great that you've included women. As a woman myself, I love that there's female astronauts. I always thought we got gypped early on. So what was it that sparked that particular aspect of the show to bring women astronauts in?
Well, we talked internally about, if we're going to do this alternate history and it's a better version of history, let's talk about cultural change. Let's talk about diversity. Let's talk about women in the workplace and in the program. And then we came up with a story that I won't give away that takes place in the first couple episodes that is the reason why NASA is challenged to bring in women into the program. The Soviets put the first woman in space in the mid-60s, and it took NASA almost 20 years to do it in real history. And we said, well, let's change all that. Once the Russians beat us to the moon, the whole game can change, and now the competition is even more intense between the Soviets and the Americans, and female astronauts can be part of that.
Well, this is great. We saw the trailer. We didn't get to see any episodes yet, but I'm so looking forward to the show. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Absolutely. I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you. Hi, how are you? I'm just wanting to talk to you real quick about the show. What was it about your character that drew you to the role?
It's just a great character, you know, and a very interesting project.
Great, thank you so much.